Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN PS1 review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Pandemonium, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a side-scrolling platformer game. At the start you've got new game, password and options. It is a password save. Options, basic, you can choose your controls, you can choose your sound effects and stuff like that. I am actually going to be naughty and show you a password, although to be fair you mightn't have seen it there, but it's quite simply because what with it being a password save, it's the only way to really show everything off. It gives us all the hearts, it gives us the energy, like so my energy bar's full, that means I'm hopefully not going to die as much, it gives us a load of lives and also unlocks every level. So I'm just going to be fair, still start with the first level. And something to mention about the map menu, you have to choose your player here before you start on the thing, because basically they each have different things about them. I'll show you the girl first, then I'll show you the jester. Can't remember their names. I think one's Fargus, one might be Nikki. I honestly can't remember though, to be fair. But it is basically a standard side-scrolling platformer, so pretty much the little differences between the characters are the only thing that's really important about whether or not to make your choice. So here's Nikki, and she's basically the wizard type thing, so you need to be on the lookout for the blue and red orbs and that to use your powers. The red ones are fire, the blue ones are ice, the green ones allow you to shrink. And that's pretty much it for Nikki. To be fair, she can jump on the enemies to attack as well, but other than that, it's pretty much everything there is about Nikki. You can do a double jump, however, to be fair, it's not exactly all that responsive, unfortunately, and the whole point of the game is just basically go left to right, collect the coins, collect hearts, be on the lookout, because you only start with 2 heart chambers, so you have to be on the lookout for other heart chambers. You can get a maximum of 7 there, so you can collect another 5 throughout the 18 levels, and then there's also 3 boss levels as well, and I will show off a boss. You can also turn into animals while I'm mentioning things, and I will show off animal transformation. There's 4 different animals. There's a rhino, there's a turtle, there's a frog, and there's a dragon. So I'll do my best to show one of them off at least. But as I say, it is basically your standard side-scrolling platform. You go left to right to left, jump up and down. You have to be on the lookout for keys and stuff and coins and just basically do all that, get the end of the level, beat the level, then do it all again on the next level. Graphically, the game, to be fair, looks terrible. Musically, it sounds okay. I do actually like the music to it. So I'm just going to shut up for a bit and let you have a listen. So there we go then, that was a bit of the music. As you might have noticed, I got some of those keys to show them off. The keys are basically event type things. Jarvis here, or Fargus or whatever he's called, can actually use the magical orbs as well. The difference between Fargus here though is that basically he can attack. He can use you push circle and you can do an attack. He can't double jump, so that is exclusively a Nikki thing, and I really hope I've got those names right, otherwise this is all completely gobbledygook. But he can do attacks, but he can't do the double jump, so it's one of those that you do have to basically look at it and choose what you want to do, because obviously it is a platformer that's full of enemies, so you have to choose, do you want to be easy and, well, do you want it to be easier to defeat the enemies, or do you want it to be easier to get from A to B to C to beat the level? Using all these coins and that, basically collecting them all will give you certain bonuses. If you collect, I think it's something like after 80% but below 95% you get one minigame, and I think it's 95% or over for the other minigame. I will show the minigames off as well as one of the creatures and also a boss fight. So to be fair, I might as well go for the boss fight first, then minigames, then a creature. So this is the first boss here, and it's basically you have to run around and not do that. You have to run around avoiding his attacks, and then you have to find out how to attack him. So with this one here, it's a lever of fire. You jump on the lever, it fires a fireball at him and hurts him. So to be fair, that's pretty much everything you really need to do or see of the boss fight. These are the levers that light up when they're available to be used. The ones over here, so I might as well at least show that off. Here we go, jump on that, attack him, there, hurt. So basically keep doing that, rinse, repeat until he's dead. So anyway, Minigames then, creature. So this is the first minigame I've been able to show off. It's basically a pinball style game. You have to make sure not to fall into the fire and die, like that. You do get separate tries though. Basically it's, when I say separate tries, it's basically you get lives obviously on the main game and you get lives for this. So you don't have to worry about dying. It doesn't actually kill you in the main game, it just kills you in the bonus game, so you get a worse score. So there we go, that's the first one. This is, well, hopefully a cut to the cash one. So here we go then, this is the second one. It's Speed Greed. It's just like the pinball game in the terms of you get separate tries that aren't your lives, so you don't have to worry. And speaking of lives, I haven't mentioned them yet. Basically the anks in the top left corner, just underneath the hearts, that's your lives, and you can get them by, well, collecting them throughout the levels. But the whole point of this minigame is to just go on a mad dash to collect as many coins as you can. So it's, well, it's as you'd expect really, and obviously if you get caught by that fireball type thing then you die, so you have to be on the lookout for that and trying to avoid it and speed up and stuff. So anyway, here's hopefully some footage of the animals, because it's, to be fair, the only thing I haven't actually shown you, other than that you get passwords there at the end of levels and stuff, and that on this menu here you can push for your password anytime. So anyway, on to some animals. Well, here we go then, an animal. Probably not the one that you're all hoping for. I imagine that would be dragon or rhino at least, but unfortunately beggars can't be choosers, because I've spent ages looking for one of them and this is the first one I've actually been able to find. It's literally taken us about half an hour to just find this one. But this is basically the animals. It's as you can imagine, the gameplay changes depending on each one, but it's nothing too major, and to be fair, I'm just about to die anyway. The only massive difference is, I suppose, with the turtle there, you can't attack unfortunately. But you just look for those little gates and you can turn from one to the other just by going through them. So if you need to kill an enemy like that, then it's easier probably to do it as the human. But anyway, that's pretty much everything that needs to be said about the game. Unfortunately, it's one of those where the sequel, if you're interested in getting this one and then you think, well, I might get the sequel, it might be best to look around for some info first, because I pretty much hated the second one because they tried to change the gameplay completely. It went from funny and like quirky and just mad and insane to trying to be the next Lara Croft, because all of a sudden they'd made everything look like sexier and all that. They'd like changed the character models completely. They'd made the jester try and appear to be attractive. They'd done the same for the female character Nikki and that, and it's just the type of thing, I don't know why the hell they've done it. They also changed the gameplay. I don't particularly like it at all, but even so, I'd still probably buy it if it came onto the PSN just to, well, I suppose give it a second chance. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.